Alright, what is going on YouTube 26? How y'all doing today? Welcome back to another video. So yesterday, Go Nintendo published an article which was basically the transcript of an interview they did with some of the lead developers behind Splatoon 2. Now, most of this article was centered around sort of just the growth of competitive Splatoon and sort of like how they thought it fit into their vision of Splatoon. But in this article, they also announced a new game mode, I guess is what we'll call it. Now, this game mode is League Battle. And so for the description of League Battle, I'm just going to quote right from the article. There's also a new mode in Splatoon 2 called League Battle. This will be a mode that players can play either in groups of 2 or 4, and it will present you with a 2-hour period in which your group competes with other groups to see how many points you can earn. Because the results of that League Battle play will be displayed in a ranking at the end of every 2-hour period, we can give players goals to strive for and hope to encourage them to keep competing and pushing. Now, in this video, I really just want to give my thoughts and feelings about this new announced game mode, as well as sort of maybe speculate a few things that this could hint towards. So first off, it's just another example of Nintendo supporting competitive Splatoon, which they've shown that like they're dedicating themselves to it. Obviously, with the tournament that was held at E3, you know, their partnerships to like promote the tournament and do all the qualifying for it, and you know their willingness to sort of make changes to how the game plays in order to best create a competitive game. It's just the competitive Splatoon is in a really good place right now heading into Splatoon 2, and a huge portion of that is due to the fact that Nintendo is really showing their willingness to, you know, help the competitive community out and sort of fix some of the things that they see or that they find issue with in the game. Now, the second thing that I want to sort of talk about is they mentioned that these results are the results of your 2-hour play with your group will end up showing up in some sort of leaderboard type format. Now, this sort of presents an interesting possibility that Nintendo could include much bigger and broader leaderboards like in-game for Splatoon 2, because obviously you have semi sort of leaderboard type things on Splatnet currently, but for them to integrate that into the game, it would sort of be doing something that they are what they talk about in the article, which is sort of pushing players to, you know, keep competing and trying to rise up these rankings, which again would just drive more people towards the competitive scene. Because let's say someone's looking at the leaderboards and they say, "Oh, hey, I see this person's always at the top of the leaderboards. I wonder if they post their gameplay or something like that, so they can try and learn from them. Maybe they have a YouTube channel, so they search them, they see it, and then maybe, you know, they start following competitive Splatoon, something they maybe didn't know existed before." So I think that the leader, if they were to really go all out with this leaderboards concept, it could really go a long way towards growing competitive Splatoon. Now, going back to something I said in a previous video, the one where I was talking about the competitive map list, I was actually having a conversation with someone who'd watched the video in the comments, and they were talking about how if we were to only have solo queue be the competitive maps that we play, then it could get boring, not only to the competitive players, because they'd just be playing like this smaller rotation of maps all the time, but also to the casual player who really just, you know, wants to have a good experience and, you know, play all the maps and have fun. It could get pretty boring to simply just be playing all these competitive maps over and over again, not getting to experience the full game. So something I brought up is maybe there would be 2 solo queues. One where you're playing all the ranked maps and you still have like the current ranking system, and then another one where it's just casual. You play the ranked modes, but you don't actually have a ranking. You just play all the map and mode combinations. Now, how I think this applies to the League Battle game mode that they're announcing is this seems to sort of be a more competitive version of quads and twins. So if they let's sort of assume that they're bringing back the traditional quads and twins format. Is this sort of hinting that maybe they're showing off, or maybe they're implementing a ranked solo queue as well? Well, solo queue is already ranked, but a competitive solo queue version along with a more casual solo queue version, I guess would be the best way to put that. So I don't know, that was sort of just one of the things that stood out to me, is maybe potentially something they're hinting at. But yeah, I'd love to get your guys' feedback. Tell me what you're thinking. Are you excited for this mode? Are you going to play it? I know I definitely will. It's just sounds like a great way to get practice, and I think it incentivizes competitive teams to play more quads and twins or whatnot, and sort of see how they stack up. But yeah, obviously let me know what you guys think. That's gonna do it all for today. Obviously, if you enjoyed, please remember to click that like button, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.